Okay, good evening. It is Thursday, January 25th, 2024. Here at precisealgorithmtrading.com. Let's just dive right in. It's going to be another short one tonight just because I'm still wrestling a little bit with some new technology, and we're going to be switching recording programs, and that's going to take a little education on my part. So that's what we're going to be diving into over the weekend, and hopefully our videos will be better going forward. So, um, no promises because it still is just precise algorithm trading. We are lining up probabilities and math and just trading off of it. So, if that trips your trigger, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. The math works out, and you have nice equity curves that go up. And the goal of trading is not gambling; it is making money. So that's what we're doing here. So this is our Dow futures automated trading system today. We've been on a pullback. Our trades today are, it's the 25th, so it's these two losers, one break even, 100% break even, which is rare, and then a decent winner. Not really anything to write home about. The Russell's going up, a little bit of a pullback, I think, today. Uh, two losers and one little winner that doesn't really pan out to much. The NASDAQ, we're trying to get our way out of this, and we've pulled back hard today. Um, it's exactly what you need if you want to shake somebody out of the market, and we will not be shaken because we know what the long-term gains are. So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's kind of like buy and hold, but it's on steroids. So, and you can see here on the 25th, there were a lot of trades today. Wow, this thing might need to be tightened up a little bit, but a big run of losers there. But like I say, all we just did was take back some of the winners that we've had recently. So uh, this is the time when you hold on. And in the meantime, our long trades, or actually all of our trades, our manual trades are doing well. I won't get into the details of all that just yet, but not tonight. But that goes beyond the scope of this. So let's look at the indexes and keep ourselves in line with kind of the general markets. So we're still, the overall markets are like hanging on tight in the upper reversal zones of a lot of things. Um, Walking sideways, call it what you want. That's the E-mini futures for the S&P 500. This is the Russell. It's pulled back and come up into the mid-range at the mean, and now the question is which way do we go from here? And we've got major uh, dichotomy going on. One of the markets wants to go up, one of the markets is in the middle, one of them's down. The Dow here, we've walked sideways. We're still really walking sideways, but what do you notice here? We went from green to red, and now we're green, but we're still walking sideways. So there's algorithms built into this that say that, hey, momentum's moved, or volume's moved, or any number of other things just mathematically have moved, and this is green now. So we went from green walking down, or I'm sorry, red walking down to green and walking mostly sideways. And one little tell on all this is if we flip this to a weekly chart, we're consolidating in the upward position here on a weekly basis. If we zoom out, that was the old high, and we're up above it. So the, as much as we want to say, well, this thing looks like it wants to roll over, we're now at 38,300. The Dow today, the actual Dow landed on 38,049. This thing doesn't have any resistance to the upside at this point, so it can continue to just move higher and blow a bunch of short positions out. And if you're short, and you don't have stops in place, like I got blown out of a position that was actually long today. I got blown out of Tesla, TSLA, which has had all the makings of, we've got this. We changed polarity. Get this. This is kind of an important lesson. We were going down, we've come back up, we changed polarity, and now we're just chopping down. Well, I thought we had a chance on earnings today to pop higher, but you see we just got like run over. Well, my stop got taken out, which is fine. Stops get taken out, and that's what they're there for, and you take the hit. But in the meantime, the structure of this didn't change, so this thing can actually go higher from here. This is a new higher high, obviously, and possibly higher low structure that really it's a bull flag, and we can get into that later, but consolidation before we go back higher from here. So my point being, we got a lot of markets, even when they're showing weakness here, that can turn back positive in a heartbeat and really not break all the algorithmic moves that we talk about here on our website. So if you don't follow that, and I'm going to try to spell it out. Actually, I'm going to do it one more time right here. We'll do it with a screen, the highlight tool. So just to clarify that, that is the move that's important. I'm going to draw it. It was coming down. It came back up, came back down, put in this higher low, came up, put in this higher high. That's higher than this one was. Now we've consolidated, but we're going down and doing it. This got a lot of news today, I guarantee it. I don't follow a lot of financial news, but this is big news today. And everybody thinks that Tesla is going to fall off the deep end. And in the scheme of things, that came down. You can go back one pivot and two pivots, and we have not taken out that pivot. This was the move higher. That was where that pivot, that change of direction happened. It happened there. Yes, we have come back and we've gone lower than that, which is what this dotted line is across here. And I got out because I had a stop set in place based off of this chart over here to really mitigate my risk. But the point is, this stop didn't get taken out because of the same kind of logic, this pivot on this chart. And when this comes back, it's going to freak everybody out. Now, well, why didn't I just hold on then? Discipline is the reason, because I got my stop taken out based off of this chart over here, and I can just get back in again. If this is moving higher, which it's not right now, and this comes back up, closes back above that line, and then that line's turned green, this thing's going to go up and take out these highs here, and I can easily regain all that and then some back to the upside if that happens. So that is the game plan. I hope that makes sense because I think it's pretty powerful. In fact, I know it is, and we can do a lot on this website together if you understand what I just went through. And if you don't, we can even do more because I can explain it to you and teach you something that I've learned over the past 2 decades almost. And it's not easy. So let's keep going. Got to get back and let the technology catch up here. There we go. So the YM is moving up, and it's literally just going sideways and consolidating in an up position, which is one of the hardest ways to trade for what it's worth. When it pulls back like this and then you get a bounce, and you've got your oscillators all moved down like this, that's an easy move. When it's up like this and you need to go long, whew, that's a tough one. The NASDAQ is breaking higher, and I'm going to pull up this thing again because I think it's handy. It is breaking above that line, and it's clearly broken above that line. And it doesn't have much in the way of overhead resistance. The transports need to get back up above this line, or this pivot, but there's not a whole lot standing in their way to even do that. So this is not a market you want to be a whole lot short in, and if you are, you better be careful. Now, I will pull up one and show you a DAL, Delta Airlines, where I felt pretty alright today about being short, even though I took a haircut just for today on this position. And I will not give it much in the way of latitude. If this pulled down, that pulled up, and this came down, now we've come back up, looks like strong again. I may get wiped out of this position, but I literally did it off of this chart over here because we fell, pulled back up to this 50% line, and I've given myself basically up to here to get to be wrong. If this thing rolls over from here, it'll work out fine. If it doesn't, I'll take a small loss and move on. The daily chart over here, it's very sideways to down. Boy, that is a nice looking buy signal just for today, but that can't shake me out of my position. I think my stop's just right above there. All right, I'm going to keep going. Let's go to oil, and then let's get this thing wrapped up for the day. Oil is, wait, I flipped it to weekly. That was the problem. Sorry. Let's go back to DAL. Oh, there you go. DAL actually is underneath the ATR. That's the reason why. So my stops are closer up to here, and I still only give it to this, but it does look pretty bullish on the week. It's the chart we were just looking at. So none of this stuff is totally obvious and automatic. You gotta just play the odds. Let's keep going. There's our oil again. We're breaking higher. We finally got past this pivot. That's important. USO, same thing. Broke past the pivot, and now we're kind of off to the races. Our position that we've been working on for 2 weeks is finally showing a potential to move higher, and it's not lost on me that now we're above the 2 average true ranges, which means we've got to push, and then we're going to pull back because we're up against that resistance area. So, all right, let's go on and do the bullish percentage indexes real quick. And then wrap this up. The industrials, minus 4% today. The NYA, minus 0.5%. Transports, Moved higher by 3 boxes today. That's a big deal. That's strength from underneath. The S&P 500 minus 1.7%. Did we do the NASDAQ? Barely changed. The OEX minus 2.74%, and the NDX actually rose and put on a new X today, even though it was a zero change by the end of the day. That's kind of interesting. That means we got to the level but pulled back for zero change. That's the kind of market we're in right now. And with that, I'll leave you for tonight. Take care, guys. Good trading and have a great night.